Sounds good.
Hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Happy Friday night. Thank God it's Friday.
I know.
And thank you, Kevin, for being here with us tonight. Everybody's all excited about it, and I'm really excited about it myself. So,
Thanks for having me. Nice to
of
see you.
course. Nice to see you too. It's been a minute. It's been a
Yeah.
minute. I saw you very briefly on the moderators. I want to thank you for that as well. That was a beautiful idea, what you did. And the fact that you had so much support from the channel community just speaks to how wonderful that everybody really truly is here.
Yeah.
And
It was
yeah,
overwhelming in the best of ways. I was just saying, like, there was so much support. And so it actually was I'm not complaining. It was a big
uh-huh.
undertaking. So all of the
Oh yeah,
organizing of
yeah.
all the so it's still a little bit in the works, but we have Lisa helped me out and we managed to Spirit kind of led us, and so all of the organizing of the gifting is done, and so people will be
Hearing from you.
reaching out.
Good.
Yeah, it's wonderful. So
Well,
thank
that's wonderful, and nothing better than the people that we have as moderators. And of course, our subscribers are fabulous as well. But some of those moderators are absolutely amazing. I know that Sharon Sipe, when we did the Sisterhoods of the Mystical Tarot, she was on 7 channels at the same time. So it was amazing. It was
you.
absolutely amazing. Yeah,
Yeah,
and they think I do a lot of all this stuff over here. Nope, Sharon's the one that wins that prize, but
yeah,
and Viviani and a few others, obviously. So yeah,
amazing. Yeah, so supportive.
yeah.
Yes,
So I want to say hello to our international community here tonight because, of course, we're streaming in on my channel and on Kevin's channel in 2 different countries.
totally. I love that, Alie. We're totally
Yeah, it's kind of fun, huh? We're international jet setters here. Yes. Yeah, I want to say hi, Wiki and Viviani, Ziggy, and MJ is here, and Nancy and Linda Thompson, Teresa, Ness, Butterflies Are Free, Sherry, Ginny, White Wolf, Mother, MCB00, Lorraine, Wildflower, Mary Hernandez, Jessica Lynn, Cindy P, Marby, Peggy Reiki Master. Oh my goodness, Kindness and Light. Marina's here from Alberta. Debbie No, Lisa Foster, Jana, Juanita's Review. Oh my goodness, Dory Dreams. Freebird Spirit. Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Debbie.
Manisa Lewis. Thank you so much, Lorraine. You have no questions. You just wanted to say hello. Well, we're happy that you're here.
Hi,
Thank you for
Nancy.
being here today. Thank you.
So great.
So I have been on with Kevin before, and I love working with Kevin, and he's just so talented. But I decided I wanted to try something new, and he was the one I wanted to try it with first. So if you have never watched a show called Inside the Actors Studio with James Lipton, which I'm not even sure if James is alive anymore, but he used to interview actors and he would go through and talk about their the movies they've made and their careers, but he also had a list of questions that he would ask.
I love it.
And so I kind of modified it just a little bit. So we're going to be inside the psychic studio.
I love it.
Or the medium studio.
Totally.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I watched that. I watched that show. I mean, he was captivating.
He really was.
He
He really was.
Yeah.
My hair's almost as short as his now, but
yeah.
yeah, he was. And the questions he asked were funny, and it was fun to listen to what some of the actors had to say, and they pretty much probably knew what the questions were going to be, but it was, I don't know, I learned a lot about some of my favorite actors and actresses from watching that show.
Yeah.
So,
And he got personal with it. I get the feeling he's in spirit, but I feel like he got personal with them, and people opened up to him in ways.
They did.
I think they probably would watch the tape back and go, "Oh, I didn't plan on saying that."
Kind of like how who was it? Barbara Walters always used to make people cry.
Yeah.
So yeah, he didn't do that, but yeah. but that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you can see if he'll come through later on after this and see if he likes our rendition.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh, good idea.
yeah, he does. So, what I thought we'd do after that, oh, he is passed.
He
Thanks,
is
Emerald.
fast. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm just
he
reading that
definitely
too.
is.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay. So he's probably anticipating this entire thing because he knows that you can reach him. So,
Interesting.
be
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, here's your first question then, sir.
Let's do
What
it.
is your favorite word?
Um, I'm gonna say love. I mean, there's a few, and I was like, but I'm gonna say love. Yeah.
Love.
I
Yeah.
feel like
It's
that's
really the, yeah.
yeah. I'm gonna say love.
It's a
Mhm.
fundamental reason we're here. That's for sure. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is great. We're getting some feedback from the audience. Hers is kerfuffle because it's fun to say. That's great. Yeah.
That's
I
yeah,
love
Lorraine.
that.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
love the word love. Because that's the only reason that we're all here, and we came here for love. The second word I would say also would be service. I like that. I
Oh,
mean,
and beautiful.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
yep.
I'm gonna say the third one because it was my second one, but it's like love,
Okay.
service, and forgiveness. And I feel like
Wow.
that's a good sandwich.
Yes, it is a good sandwich.
That's a good sandwich. Yeah.
Yes, because we need to do all of those things for ourselves as well. If we didn't do those things for ourselves, it would be silly. I mean, it's hard you can love all kinds of other people, but if you don't love yourself,
Yeah.
if you don't take care of yourself, if you don't forgive yourself, then
Yeah.
where
And
are
I
you?
think and service, you could say the same for that as well. And the
True.
forgiveness, you
Yeah,
know, I think they all work
absolutely.
in that same way. Nice.
Uh-huh. So Blue's favorite word is tenacious. I love that.
Mm.
Wiki, yours is ho'oponopono. All right, there
Oh,
you
so
go.
good.
There you go. All right. So what is your least favorite word?
Mm. Hate.
Hate.
Yeah, I don't like the word hate. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, if I said that word, my mother would get after me and she'd say to me, you can't hate anybody. You can intensely dislike them, but
Yeah.
you can't
Yeah.
hate them. So,
I correct myself when I actually use it. I will because it doesn't feel good
right.
when I'm saying it, and so when I actually speak it, I'll catch
Mm-hmm.
myself and I'll be like, actually, what I meant to say was, yeah, I dislike it, not my favorite.
Mm-hmm. Not your
Um,
favorite. Right. Yep. Wow. By the way, this wasn't one of my questions, but someone in the chat wants to know if you cut your own hair.
Partly, yes.
Okay.
The sides and back, no.
Uh-huh.
This part,
Okay.
I do. Yeah, and
Well,
it's
good.
actually, I'm gonna actually share. I stand in the mirror, I take a
Mm-hmm.
feather razor on dry hair, and I just cut away. So, yeah,
Well,
it's
you do have the credentialing
I
to do
do.
it. I mean, you are
Yeah.
a hairdresser, but it's just I've done it before to myself, and I've really screwed myself out. So I've had to go take care of it afterward. I have very thin hair, though, very very
Okay.
thin. So
Yeah.
yeah. All right. So here's the question number 3. What excites you? And
Oh,
I put in a reading, but it could be anything. Doesn't
what
matter.
excites me?
Excites you.
Connection,
Mm,
conversation, listening,
yeah.
community.
Awesome.
A lot of things excite me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
guacamole.
Guacamole excites you?
Someone put that. Yeah, I've always been curious. Maybe
Uh-huh.
that's partly Gemini, but I've just
Uh-huh.
always been curious, and so it's interesting because I think actually I was on a show earlier. I was on Jeffrey Peck's, and we talked about
Uh-huh.
fear a lot. And I think that for me, a lot of things that I'm fearful of as I'm moving through it, there's excitement and joy on the other side
Okay.
of doing it. So, yeah.
That's true. That's true. For me, I love change, and a lot of people don't love change. I do because I feel like you step out of your stagnation, and you're able to do the changing that you have to do. And for this community, I like collaboration, because and that's kind of what you've got, in your answer as well. And so it really excites me to collaborate with other people, get to know who they are, and also just to spend time in sharing things. So thank you.
What's his name?
All right.
Sorry, I have to is it James you said?
James Lipton.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I feel like he's making me aware
there.
of that. Yeah, it's the space that we hold. And that was part of his intention, he's saying, where it's like to allow people, whatever it looked like, that really made him excited. He liked the unexpected of the questions that he was going to ask. So it excited him when new things, because he would ask a lot of the same questions, but he got so many different flavors, and that really lit him up.
That excited him.
Yeah. So,
wow.
Yeah.
It's so cool that, I had a feeling he might, if he was past that, he might show up, but he needs to know how very good what he did while he was here was. And I think maybe he is feeling that way. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. All right. So his next question would be, what turns you off? What turns you off?
When we can't have differences and celebrate them instead of, dismissing or making people wrong.
Right.
Yeah, when we're not tolerant and we're not open to just allow people to be in their expression and have that look a different way. Yeah, lying. Oh my God.
Lying and mean people. Yeah, it is a turn off. Ugliness, trolls, somebody said. Good. That's a good one. Being fake. Yeah, I agree with that. You could say, like, I don't like it when people pick their nose. I mean, it could be anything like that, but we're being a lot more deeper here than just that surface stuff. But yeah, I agree with you 100%. It's feeling like everything is split in half, at least in the United States, and not wanting that anymore, wanting more unity, not so much division.
Pardon me.
Very good. Very good. All right. So what sound or noise do you really love?
Water. I love the sound of water, and I was just drinking water. That's
yeah.
I love the sound of water. I like the rain. I like the ocean. I like a stream. I love water. I love it. I'm surrounded. I'm literally on an island.
Right. You're up there in British Columbia, right on the island. Yeah. So you're in the right place.
I love the sound of water.
I love that. I think mine has to be the sound of laughter. That's mine. But I love water as well, or I wouldn't live in Seattle. So yeah.
Yeah. And the funnier the laughter, the funnier the laugh. Funny. Do you see that? Actually, it reminds me, they do this thing. I don't know if it's a TikTok thing or a whatever. I don't even know what it's called. But anyways, it's often they're sitting on the stairs, and there's like 5 or 6 family members or friends, and they'll do a song, and each of them have to sing it. Well, by the first one, sometimes they're busting up laughing, but they have to go through everybody. I love those kind of things. And
that is great.
If I get like the giggles, it's over. It's totally over. So
have you ever laughed so much that you started to cry? Because I have.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it's like it just overwhelms you. Yeah. Wow, that's amazing. Oh, hi, Allison. Yay. Agape Awakening is here. Everybody, thanks everybody for being here. Yeah, I don't want anybody to think I don't appreciate all of you that have come in, but I'd probably just be calling out all your names instead of asking questions. So Lisa Foster, you laughed so much that you peed your pants. Yes. I've done that too. Yes.
Yeah.
It's kind of messy, but
it happens.
All right. How about a sound that you hate? Or I know you don't like that word. So a sound that you don't like.
No.
Okay.
I know. And yes, sometimes we need to say no. Sometimes we need to say no, but
Yeah.
yeah, no is a hard one for me.
No is a hard
Yeah.
one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying
What
to think
about you?
of the sound I wouldn't want to hear. I guess an alarm clock. I don't like an alarm clock. I don't like to be woken up by like mechanical noise. So
Yeah.
that would be what mine is. Yeah.
The last
All
alarm
right.
I had, oh my gosh, that's funny. I haven't thought of this in a while, but when I first moved up into nature about
Uh-huh.
6.5 years ago, I had that old, like from probably the 90s alarm clock, the red buttons, and it would do that, like that horrible sound. I didn't use it for the alarm, but I had it, and I had a bit of this attachment to it. So it had traveled with me. Well, when I moved up to where I am, we had to get rid of the alarm clock because the static noise, it was almost on the nightly that we would hear things through this alarm clock. It was the strangest thing, but
Do you think it was your vibration that was affecting it in any way?
I feel it was spirit. I mean, it was,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
was, yeah, there was communication that was happening. It was actually my partner who was like, you have to get rid of that. You have to get rid of it. Anyways.
Yeah.
Alarm
Well,
clock.
it's similar to, well, it's not exactly similar. I had an alarm clock that was one with a battery in it. I got it at, a cheap store, and I put it in and I set it for 6 a.m. and it went off at 3 a.m. And it did that 3 nights in a row. And finally I said, screw this. And I took the battery out and I put it down and it went off at 3 a.m. So it was my brother. He is that, my brother loves to fool around with me like
with
that.
The electronics.
Yeah,
and they do that. Wow.
Yep. So I'm like, okay, I got the message. What do you want?
Look over.
I wasn't paying enough attention to his message, I guess.
Juanita, look at Juanita's review. Look what
the son of your roommate on the toilet. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Juanita, I can't go into a restroom, a public restroom, without flushing and flushing and flushing as I go along, because I don't want anyone to hear me. Yeah. And I don't like it when people don't do it next door, So I understand. It's like, that's a little bit too personal. I don't really need to hear it. Yeah.
Lorraine, that's a good one. I wake up to harp sounds playing from my phone alarm. That's nice.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, that's wonderful. Okay, we're going to get dirty now. Okay, you have to tell us what your favorite curse word is.
It starts with an F and quacks like a duck.
Quacks like a duck?
Yeah.
Mine is, mine's shit. I'm going to say it right out. Yep. And in fact, when I go to teach a class in person at the college, the first thing I say is, hi, I'm Alie. I say shit a lot. And and I had one guy at the end of the term walk out the door, and before he left, he goes, oh, Alie, 43. And I said, 43? He said, you said shit 43 times this term.
What? That's awesome.
I know, it was funny. So, yeah, I just don't see it as a curse word, really. I just see it as what it is, you know. But, yeah, but some people don't like it. Yep. And I know the F word is fun to drop. Yeah, the F bomb. So sure.
Freebird. Yeah. I actually,
Yep. Oh, I know.
So good.
All right. So the next one is, what gift other than what you have would you like to have?
Oh, this is an easy one.
Oh.
Yeah, flying. I am obsessed with birds and flight. I want to fly. The closest I've come to it was actually, I did a conscious connective breathwork journey, and I levitated off the table. Now, she didn't see it, but interesting.
But you felt it.
I felt it. And what's really interesting about it, she put her hand on my head intuitively as I was leaving the table. So, yeah, I wish I could fly.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. What about you?
I probably would, I'm not a medium. I wish I was in some ways. I do my cards, and sometimes I'll get hits, but I'm not like you and Susan and Linda and Debbie Freebird Spirit. I wish I was, but but that doesn't mean I may not be, because
Right.
when I started out doing all this stuff, I didn't even do half the things I do now, even though it's been like 35, 40 years that I've been metaphysical. So yeah.
Yeah.
But so do you ever astral travel? Do you know if you astral travel when you dream?
Yeah,
You do.
absolutely.
Okay.
I'm a super busy sleeper, if you will.
Okay.
That's why I don't
Okay.
remember a lot of my, well, I feel like it's why I don't remember a lot of my dreams. I maybe a couple times a week remember a dream, and I
Uh-huh.
sometimes have to really be intentional to
Focused on
remember.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had someone once tell me when I was going in for Reiki, they said, "Oh my God, you must be astral traveling. You got all these little icky entities all around you."
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't know you could pick them up that easily, but
Yeah.
I guess I did. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. All right. What gift do you think is the most annoying?
What gift? Oh, that's an
Do you
easy.
like go into the store, or you're working on somebody's hair and you hear all this stuff, or can you shut it down?
Oh, you mean with like my own like?
Your own gifts. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty in group setting. I I don't know if it annoys me anymore because I've learned to adjust. So I'll go in with AirPods in or
Uh-huh.
earbuds, and so I've
Yeah.
learned to kind of like quiet it or soften it. So I don't find it really annoys me,
Okay.
and I just feel like it's such a yeah, I wouldn't say it annoys me. No, I
Okay.
feel so grateful because of
Sure.
the ability that I.
So you don't get people spirits tapping on your shoulder. Go tell this person this, or like in Ghost. Remember in Ghost with
No,
Whoopi Goldberg?
no, I'm
No.
pretty.
Okay.
I feel like the people have to come to me first in order to make
Sure.
that. So I feel
Good.
I've got pretty strong boundaries around it. So maybe that's it.
That's
So
good.
maybe in the years past, I kind of
Yeah. You've learned
learned.
how to do it. Well, when you were a little kid, did this just all come to you and
Well,
you didn't know what to do with it?
I knew them as imaginary friends, or that's what
Okay.
the adults called them. But yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't know. I was super curious, and I only really had. I would say my grandmother was the one that talked about it with me the most, and so we kind of knew that of each other, and so we didn't
Uh-huh.
call it like mediumship. We would just say like, "Oh, I had a visit from a ghost," or
Oh, sure.
like
Yeah.
So
You were able to say it, just speak it. Yeah.
yeah, and
Okay.
I that those kind of conversations, I could just sit and listen to it for
Hmm.
hours and
Oh, I
hours
bet.
over and over again.
I
Mhm.
bet. Yeah. Because some kids get scared. There are
Yeah.
kids that they see things or they feel things, and they tend to go, "This is really weird," and things like that. So I just
Well,
wondered,
it's funny that
because
you say,
it
I mean,
started when you were young, right?
it was
Yeah.
actually what's interesting about that alarm clock was really actually around the time that I had, a remembering. I'll just tell the short. It's a shorter story, but what had
Oh
happened
yeah. Tell the
was
story.
I was really quite a scared kid. So I would do this thing in my parents' house. The two windows came together, and I had to
Hmm.
close them. And I would use a shoelace, and I would close the window, and I would lock it. And around the two locks, I would wrap in a figure eight the shoelace, and I would do it every single night. I would check the closet, I would check my under my bed. I had my rituals.
Uh-huh.
And so fast forward to about 6.5 years ago, and we were in a different place until we had built here. And I was home alone one night, and I was doing a spirit guide meditation. And my spirit guide that I feel like I'm most familiar with, I was having this, conversation with her, and she reminded me of when I was a child, and she reminded me of how I would wrap the shoelace around the window and lock it. And so I said, yes, I was afraid. I was afraid that someone was going to come and get me. Like I always felt like someone was coming to get me. And
Yeah. Yeah.
she said, no, Kevin. She said, that wasn't the reason why you locked the window. And I went, well, why was it? And she said, you were afraid that I was going to leave you. And I was like, it was so profound, and I understood. So,
Sure.
yeah,
Sure.
this
Yeah.
whole thing about fear and children, and yeah, I encourage people to be in the conversation with their kids.
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
encourage them as sometimes we don't understand it, but to
Yeah.
encourage them in that. So,
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, I think that's beautiful. I remember when I was a kid, I had an invisible friend named Billy. I don't remember anything about it, except my parents told me all about it. And he was always with me, and we did everything together. So I think and my parents were very open about spirituality and different things. But for some reason, I had that veil of forgetting at some point that, it took me forever to get that opened up again. But yeah. All right. So the last question James Lipton asks his folks is, if heaven exists, and I say, and we know it does,
yeah.
what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
It's nice to see you again. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
It's nice to see you again. And he comes in, and I just got really hot. Whoa. And he understands. He knew that truth while he was here. He actually makes me feel like he was very spiritual, and he didn't outwardly. He didn't really go into a lot of his opinions, but he knew that he would find the truth of that. And so his truth was that. So that last question, yeah, he really got to find the truth of that, he says.
That's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful. And so I'm glad he's here with us today. James Lipton has passed, and James Lipton was a fabulous interviewer and interesting and a lot of fun, but he was very serious. He seemed serious, even though he had a little edge to him, but that's probably why he didn't want to flag that he was spiritual, because it may have been perceived as a weakness. You never know. Yeah. At that, for him.
I'm curious what his birth sign was.
Yeah, that would be interesting to know.
I feel like there's lots of a Virgo in his chart. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm curious about that.
A kind of a watery energy. Is that Virgo's water, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Willow. It's nice to see you. It's nice to see everybody. I think I would want, I love what you've said. I think what I would want to hear is there's a lot of people waiting to see you.
Right.
Or in my dogs too, my dogs that are there. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. So that's fabulous. Well, that was a lot of fun. And so James Lipton did come through, and Blue, you'd want admittance guaranteed. There you go. Oh, Wiki says his birthday's September 19th. So he was a Virgo.
He is. There you go. Thank you.
There you go,
James. That's wonderful. And someone's saying that's Earth. Virgo would be
Virgo.
Earth.
Oh, Virgo's Earth, not water. Oh, okay. Virgo's Earth.
Thank you, guys.
Yes.
Oh wow, I got really hot. It's making me hot.
He's breathing down your neck.
He likes this. He really likes this, Alie.
He does.
Yeah,
oh, good. Good.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
So
I'm glad. I like to do things that are different, and I don't know why. One night I just came up with that, and I thought it would be fun.
It's great. Yeah.
So that's Viviani's birthday too. What do you know, Viviani?
Viviani, that's so wonderful.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's really awesome. I have some favorite Virgos. I love Freddie Mercury. He's a Virgo, and there's just a lot of good ones out there. So Gail says, I'd want to hear good job. You done well. I don't blame you. That would be my second one. You've helped a lot of people. You've done your job. You did what you came to Earth to do, and now you're back. Yeah. Isn't that awesome? Wow. Thank you. That's really good. And I'm so glad James came through.
Uh-huh.
Wasn't even thinking about that. Wasn't even thinking that he might. But, you know, when you talk about folks, of course, they tend to show up the minute you mention their name. So,
Yes, they totally do.
yes.
Yeah, to
Yeah.
give us that little extra. That's so wonderful.
Uh-huh.
And he wants you to
Uh-huh.
continue this. No pressure, but he wants
No
you to
pressure.
go through, and you've got lots of people to, yeah.
Oh, he wants me to do it with more people.
Yes,
Okay. All
keep it
right.
going. Yeah.
All
It's
right.
exciting.
It's kind of what I was put here for anyway. I mean, I used to do it with other things and ask questions about, you know, but these questions are a little deeper and I like them. So they're a little
Yeah,
fun.
and it's
Yeah.
nice because it's relatable, and we're
Yeah.
able to go deeper into connection
Yes.
in
Yeah.
this, and so it's it's a great idea.
Yeah. That's awesome. I
That's
should have been a speech teacher, I guess, not a literature teacher. Oh well.
well, one of your superpowers is bringing people together too, and you love community, and
I do.
like, yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
I
I
do.
mean, that's clear.
Yes, Debbie asked me what my life path is, and for my birth date, it's 4. So I'm a
Oh, okay.
4. Yeah, and
What does that represent?
is that a communicator? I'm not even sure.
Interesting. I wouldn't
But
be
yeah,
surprised.
I've never had a problem communicating with anybody. Like I meet people for the first time, and I don't like even in the store. I mean, I don't keep them there. There are people that tell their life story. You know, I don't want to be one of those, but I've always had the ability to find some kind of a connection with somebody and just leave the conversation, you know, with a laugh or whatever. So it's a
Yeah.
lot of fun. It's a
Well, I
lot of
think
fun.
that, I mean, that goes to what we were saying about like people being different and what
Hmm.
we choose to focus on or not. So the moment we have something where we're like, oh, this is different than the way that I think or the way that I would do it, sometimes that separates people. And with you, I like that because it's like, you're just like, okay, I'm not going to focus on that. And another thing I love about you, Alie, is that you're really clear. You're clear in like, you're self-aware and you're clear in your communication. And that's really a beautiful thing. When we're clear with people, I think that that's connection. So
Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you so much. That's
I
very
know.
nice of you.
Well,
That's
I think I think everybody in the chat would agree. That's one thing about you is that
thank you.
you're very clear in
Mhm.
how you communicate. That's for sure.
Yeah. We have so many people here that are
I,
just so delightful and so special. And who would have thought? I mean, I'm sure you didn't think about it either before you came to the community. I know
no,
you were, you know, you came on with Sharon and Lisa in the beginning and on their show and everything, but look at how you've skyrocketed and everything is going really well for you. And this is where you're meant to be as well.
thank
So
you, Alie.
yeah, you
Yeah,
bring people together. I love what you do as well with your healing sessions that you do.
yeah,
We all need that. We need that desperately. So
yeah.
yeah,
We sure
yeah,
do, and we should
yeah,
all have access to that.
yeah,
And it's
yeah.
not to take away from people charging for it. I encourage that. But there's another, I love that about this community is that we should all have access to readings and healing just through love. And
Right.
so my part of giving back has always been the reason why I do it. So,
Sure.
um, yeah.
That's exactly how I feel. That's
Yeah.
exactly how I feel.
Are
Yeah.
you a Reiki master?
I have just Reiki 1.
Oh,
I'd like to get the rest of them done, but it's interesting because you're Gemini and you're a communicator. I'm a Libra, so you know,
okay.
and we are like perfect communicators together. My husband's a Libra. I mean,
Oh,
a Gemini. I'm sorry, my
yeah, yeah.
husband's a Gemini. Yeah,
I
his
knew
birthday's
it.
Sunday. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, uh-huh,
Happy
yeah.
early birthday. Well,
Oh,
join us
thank
anytime, Alie, for that if you want to
yeah.
participate. And the other thing, because they're nudging me to say this, around your mediumship, they're like, how much like they're like, how much more do we have to prove to her? It's like, and I'm just gonna say actually what I was getting is that
Okay.
it's the cards sometimes can be a distraction for people.
Yep.
And so
Yep.
it's like you can actually work in your mediumship, they're saying, without the cards.
Okay.
And so they said it.
I've got to. I'll eventually get rid of them. But you know what really helps me is the words.
Yeah.
If I see a word, then I know that I'm on the right track. And so, yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah. I'm not, and it's not tarot. It's just the oracles that I use because I'm not comfortable with tarot cards. But thank you. You know, I've taken several classes, and I feel sometimes I'll nail things right on the head.
Yeah.
And just don't be trying to do that with your husband or your partner, because after a while they don't really believe that you have that
Right.
ability.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because I've been doing this 3 years. My husband watched something. He watched the show with Kevin's Loving Vibrations that I did.
Oh, okay.
It was a couple of weeks ago, and he said, "Oh my God, wow, you've really grown a lot. It's amazing."
Oh,
Yeah. So,
that's so nice.
you know, it's just, yeah. It was very nice to hear because, you know, sometimes the people closest to us don't really see it. So that was really good.
And did he go to Sedona with you?
He did.
I
Yes.
thought it was so beautiful. I love it.
I know.
Absolutely love
He's
that.
a chiropractor, so he went around and adjusted people all day long.
Bless him. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. He didn't go to the meetings because we couldn't afford the extra money, but he did come with. We drove down from Washington, and we just had the best time. Honestly,
that's so good.
Everybody
I
was beautiful.
tuned into all of your little updates. I
Oh, you
appreciate
did?
that. I sure did. Yeah.
Oh God, that's great.
Way to feel like we're there with you. So yeah, it was great.
I wanted that. I wanted everybody to feel a part of it. So
yeah, absolutely.
All right, so it's the music, Diana. That was nice of you to donate. Her parents, Betty and Jean, have been trying to help her through her dreams, but I'm not sure what they're trying to tell me. So what do you think that might be?
Oh, interesting. I feel comfort with them, Diana. It's like, I don't get the feeling that you're missing anything. I feel like they're coming in to support. And so it's like sometimes life has to happen and unfold to understand the meaning. So they're inviting you not to sometimes we go down that rabbit hole of like trying to search for meaning. I don't get a sense of you missing anything. So perhaps if it's continual that they keep coming into your dreams, remember that we can be in that conversation. So knowing that you're remembering these dreams, you can participate in it. So be in the conversation. I like to say get nosy with them, even in the dream state. And I feel like there's support and healing that they're also bringing in. So you're not missing anything. Yeah, you're not missing anything with that, Diana. Yeah.
So yeah, I just had a dream about my parents the other night. My mother never comes in dreams, and she did. And I was back in my childhood home, and my dog was there and everything. It was just the most beautiful evening. It really was. It was very sweet. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, very nice. Well, that was a beautiful message. Yeah. Trust any message that you get, Diana. Anything. Just the fact that they want to be around you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is a beautiful energy.
They like to dance. Dance. It's so funny because when you said the music, I see these like it's almost like the a slower version of ballroom, but just maybe it's just the gesture. Also, do you paint, Diana? So something maybe just in your expression can help with the messaging. Diana, your energy feels so creative. So maybe you stepped back from that, but maybe encouragement to step back into it if you're still here.
Yeah. Oh, no, she's here. She said thank you. Yeah. Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, I definitely understand. Okay, good.
Yeah. All right. So I've got I've got a lot of questions, and remember, if you did notice, I'm going to be taking them randomly. Okay. And so I don't know. Do you do political or you don't do political?
It depends. I mean, if it's like kind of, is there one? Is that?
Yeah, check this one out. Was Biden's tripping after a speaking event a trick by putting an object in his path? Did you see that? He tripped over a sandbag. Yeah.
I don't get the feeling that it was a trick.
Okay.
I
I didn't either. No, I
don't
didn't
get
either.
that. No, I don't get. I
Uh-huh.
just think it was like an oopsie whoopsie. Like, oh my God, I'm on my
Yeah.
head.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't feel like it was anything. Doesn't feel malicious or premeditated or intentional. No, I don't get any
It's
of
funny
that.
that you mentioned that, Leah, because as I get older, I don't look down as much as I used to, and I don't know why I don't do that, but I don't. So I trip all the time. So I look like I probably am in my cups, but no,
Yeah.
it's just I don't expect anything to be there. What you got?
It's interesting, and I just heard to pull a card, and I got on the right path, which I think is really powerful. So yeah, no, it's just like you said. Sometimes we lose. I'm a bit of a klutz. I don't fall too often, but yeah, I think
Is
it
that
was.
what this is? Is that what you had? The higher self oracle?
I love this deck.
I know.
I
It's the
love this
best, isn't
deck.
it?
It
Yes.
really is. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I use it a lot.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, it's pretty new. Actually, it's sold out like in one day on Amazon. So,
It
yep.
did.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see here what we got. We got Gem. Any message about my progress in healing from an old injury? All right.
Interesting. Any interesting? I don't know if it's your lower half, kind of leg knee area, but I like the card that I pulled was the listen card, and I feel like you've really been in the demonstration of that. So how you've listened to kind of your threshold of how you can push it, because sometimes we have to be a bit uncomfortable to actually progress. There's that you listening to your body and kind of knowing when so I feel like you did some rehabilitation. Oh, interesting. Got the moving card, the moving forward. So yeah, that feels like a yes card. So it will continue if you are still, I feel like you've improved significantly. And in that moving forward feels like it will continue.
Yeah.
Feels good.
And I expect the unexpected. So maybe you'll be able to do things. You remember the old joke where the guy says, after I heal from my injury, doctor, will I be able to play the piano? And the doctor said, oh, yes, of course. And he said, good. I've never been able to play it before. So there you go.
Awesome.
So expect the unexpected. Yeah. All right.
So
I'm going to bring up Aspie because last weekend was a big UFO thing. Yeah. Yeah. Have we intentionally downed ET craft to get their hands on the technology? And is the U.S. intending to fake an alien attack? Oh, you know what? I've thought of that, Aspie. I've thought of that's the next new enemy. It's like a false flag.
It's interesting. Do you want to see the card I pulled? And look, it looks like a bit of a alien being. It's the friendship card.
Oh,
it's the friendship card.
That's what they are. They're our friends.
I get a no. I hear a no, and I feel a no. I think
Good.
that potential is there. That potential is there, they're saying. But this particular one, is this Las Vegas? Was it Las Vegas?
There was a sighting in Las Vegas. But this whole thing with not James Lipton. Hi, James. With Dr. Greer was in Washington, D.C.
Okay, so, I'm not familiar with that one, but I still get the energy of no.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, they spent a great deal of time with whistleblowers. Now that there's a whistleblower act that saves people, and they can finally talk about what they've seen. And some of it's not very good.
This is interesting in the energy of the mountains with the diamond up here and looking deeper. I feel this is their support and curiosity. So I feel this was on their intention of looking deeper. That's what I get.
Okay. He's been working on Dr. Greer has been working on it since for 34 years. And this new whistleblower thing just pretty much, he had all these, but they wouldn't release them until they were sure those people would be okay. So very interesting. Very, very interesting.
I'll have to look into that.
All right. So Rhonda Dillenberg, does your dad have a message? Do you need a name, Kevin?
No, okay.
Okay.
Rhonda. Who just had the birthday, Rhonda? I'm like, here's a happy birthday. I don't even see a cake. It's straight to the happy birthday. Interesting. It's dad, yeah. Would you understand, Rhonda, if you're still here, quite some time since he passed?
I'm looking.
And I feel, when people, I don't even know what this means, but the gesture of like a hat, like when you tip the hat, what does that mean?
Oh, it's a hello.
Okay.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Yeah. It's very, it feels very gentleman.
He's been gone 5 years, she said.
Okay, yeah, feels like some years in there. It's interesting. I'm just getting a few pieces here, but also quite a sweet tooth. Like quite a sweet tooth. I don't know if it's like he liked mom's baking, but quite a sweet tooth. And do you bake, Rhonda? Are you baking? Did you actually just bake?
Oh.
Being the things that are simple that just bring you the joy, and whether that be sipping your favorite drink, just being in the music, in the moment, in the music. Enjoy the simple things in life. Spend less time in the stress and worry and more time in just the appreciation and gratitude. It helps getting through anything, no matter how big or small. When we're in that, it helps. So that feels like the message for you, Rhonda.
Wow.
I can't.
And it is. She can't bake, she said.
No.
All right. What I get here is you're finding your direction. I don't know if you're finding your direction, what your true north might be, Rhonda. But dad's watching. That's what I'm getting. Your dad's there watching out for you. Wow. Okay, let's see what we got. I'm just trying to click a random person here. All right. Do you see Crazy Shark 22's family moving anywhere anytime soon?
Okay. I got the 6 months. So there is potential in that by the end of the year. So yes, it's like, are you like, I feel like there's some indecision. Do we go here? Do we go this direction or that direction? That's interesting that you had the direction card from the last one. Sometimes
that's true. Carried over. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then I got the new experiences and possibilities. So that feels really good as well.
It does feel good. And I get to take the first step. So yes, if you want to move, you need to start writing down what you got to do and how you got to do it and how long it's going to be and what it's going to cost. Take the first step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, totally, Kevin. Yeah. It feels like that Crazy Shark 22. But that it feels very likely. And potential for, I also saw 18. What's 18 weeks? Is that less? How many? Can't do math right now. That's like 4.
Well, 26 weeks is 6 months. So it'd be less than 6 months.
Okay. Yeah. A couple of opportunities to shift and move.
Look who's here. Stouffer. Hi, Stouffer.
That's so funny. Stouffer, I was with Jeffrey and Travis, and I forget Travis's last name. Starts with an H, but a few people were saying that you guys remind each other or remind them of each other. Yeah. And when I just saw that picture, I was like, I thought it was Travis. So yeah, they definitely
did. Okay. Well, that's awfully cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're finding the right folks. So some of them may be what do they call it? Doppelgangers.
Yes.
In other words, it's your
totally.
twin somewhere. Yes, it's your twin. All right. Here is Peggy Reiki Master, having major trouble to her knee.
Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if it was the last one, but I don't know if she was here. But I was aware of like the knee. That's so interesting. Okay, so this applies to you as well. And we were just saying how a spirit will do that. It's like direction, the one before, and then the next person needs direction. It's like, so Peggy, yes, I feel like that rehabilitation, again, listening to your kind of your threshold for, you don't want to be in more pain. Yes, and that's so funny. You're on the right path. That card came up again. So they're really demonstrating that. You're on the right path for that recovery. Yeah.
That's good. And Nancy Samp says, please research solfeggio tones to help you with your knees. I guess, Nancy, you're a Reiki master too, aren't you? Yeah. All right. Wow. There you go. There you go. Wowee. Everybody's so helpful in this chat, honest to God.
So great.
So Catherine found the smallest light brown feather in my bathroom, and that was about half an inch long. I don't have birds. Can you tell me who sent this very small feather? It wasn't from a feather. You have feather pillows at all?
Interesting. I feel motherly. Would you understand your mom in the spirit world, or motherly? Stop it.
Oh my God, a mother's love.
Catherine, let us know your mom in the spirit world.
Okay. Wow.
And if she's not, then it's mom. Either way.
Okay.
Let us know. Oh, wow.
Is your mom in the spirit world, hon?
Mom is still here. That's so interesting. And with dementia, so that is really curious to me.
Altered state.
And their ability to be in the spirit world while they are still here. I don't say that very often to correct myself in it. Just stand in that energy of mom's communicating with you, and bless her for still being here. Receive that as a gift from Mom Catherine. Yeah. And sometimes those, because they're in a different way of communication with the dementia or the Alzheimer's, my heart goes out to you for that. A gift from Mom. Beautiful.
Yeah, and Willow, you're right. They can be in both dimensions.
Yes.
Yes.
I actually can tell the difference. So when I tune into that, it feels the same for me. And so it's not too, and I just have to say this, I never get a sense of when people are going to pass. So that's not what's being said here. Just know that their ability to be in both worlds, if you will, is really clear with the dementia and the Alzheimer's. So beautiful gift from Mom to you, Catherine.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm putting this up just to, wait a minute. David wanted to pray for Johnny Irwin and his family. He's 49 in a cancer hospice care. He's much loved and well known in the UK. We certainly will, David. We'll send lots of love and healing energy out to Johnny and his family.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that. All right. So Debbie, no, my brother Chris passed away. August will be 5 years. Does he have any messages? Interesting.
Who's the S name? Like Sandy or Sandra, Sandy? Debbie, are you heading somewhere, Debbie? It's like I'm seeing arrows. Like, are you planning? Are you heading somewhere? So travel. Message from him. Also October. He took me to the pumpkins. So October. Beautiful. And of course, I feel like a really strong connection with you and your brother, between you and your brother. Lots of love in that. Did you guys talk about these types of things, just the afterlife? And I feel like it was like he had these abilities. And your communication with him is real. If you need the reassurance, it is real. So your ability to be in conversation with him, aka mediumship, is real, Debbie. So hopefully you're still here and you get this.
All right. Willow Gut, she heard loud engines, really loud around Debbie's brother, like a motorcycle or car or something. Okay. That's interesting. I get clear your energy, Debbie. Okay. Clear your energy. So you may have some residual stuff going on here. Wow. Yeah, I don't know if she's still here. All right. We have Kate.
Okay, I talk to him all the time. Beautiful. Okay. That's beautiful, okay. Debbie.
Oh, good, Debbie. Yeah, that's good to know. Yeah, thank you. All right. Spirit guides for Kate.
Hi, Kate. Spirit guides.
Thanks, everybody, for being here. We are taking questions just randomly this evening. I'm sorry, we can't get to everybody's, but
I see the infinity sign around you.
Ooh.
And they're showing me arrows, and I'm like, oh, we're traveling again. No, they're not saying that, and maybe you are. But I feel like, okay, thank you. So lots of, this might sound wackadoodle, but there's lots of frogs around you, and the frog energy is the declutter. And so that sometimes can just be with the thoughts. That can sometimes be in the material world, either or. There feels like this attention to clear out some of the old. So that decluttering, it feels like a good time. Pretend it's spring. Sometimes we like, okay, we're busy in the spring, we can declutter. Mm-hmm. So if you feel called to that, a little decluttering. Yeah, carving out the space and the places where you want to place your energy. So sometimes in the clearing, we can really tune into that. So
I got help is on the way. Once you clear out that energy, you're going to be able to bring in more things because you'll have more room for that. So they're telling you, do that, and you will have room for lots more wonderful things to happen. Yeah.
So good.
All right. So Celtic Sheila's here this evening, as is Marina. We've got a lot of people that have their own channels here tonight. Thank you guys for spending a little time with us.
Yay.
Right.
Liz Reed, it is still spring. Technically it is, isn't it?
It is until next week.
Oh right? My goodness. Yeah. I'm living in the future.
You're already almost into fall. Yeah. It does go too fast though. We're already after, half the month of June is gone. It just blows my mind.
It does. It really does. I know we all say that. It's
definitely. Lucille Williams, does my husband Burl have a message for me? And he is with our firstborn, who passed at 23 years old. I'm sorry, darling. So sorry.
Who's the D name, Lucille? I'm hearing the D name. Also, June connection. If you'd understand either of those. Burl. Interesting. And I know you're talking about two passings, but would you understand someone expecting? What's that called? Being pregnant.
There you go.
Baby bump, not baby bunch. The what do you call it? Alie, help me. Baby bump.
Oh, the baby bump. Okay. Yeah.
The baby bump.
Okay.
And it's interesting because they're taking me back to your card, Alie, about help is on the way. And in the gesture of the hand reaching out, it's okay to ask for help, Lucille. I feel like you take on the world, and it's like, it's okay to delegate. I can't speak tonight. To delegate and to ask for help. it's okay. Take that in. And when people offer, take them up on it. Yeah. Take the help.
We tend to, and I'm being general here, and I apologize, but we do tend to say, no, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Yeah.
But we have to have that energy moving all the time. We have to accept help, and we have to give help, and we have to be willing to take the help that we get.
Yeah.
23 hours old. Oh, I'm sorry, 23
Oh,
hours.
23
So
hours.
it was a baby. That's what your message was trying to say.
Oh, interesting. Oh, interesting.
Sorry, Lucille, but that makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
Kevin's
I
what
just
he
got
saw.
the chills. Oh boy.
Yeah. And June 6th is your other's birthday.
Okay, beautiful.
There you
Thank you for being there with
Yeah.
that and validation. Thank you. Oh boy. Yeah.
All right, so let's read for a reader. They hardly ever get any readings.
Yes.
So Sheila's
Oh.
mom passed in October and wonders if anything has come through. All right.
Wow.
Yeah, we all give away our readings, but we don't always get them for ourselves. So.
It's so true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wrote down confusion. If you would understand the confusion. Confusion.
Did she have? Was it a quick passing, or was it
No.
Alzheimer's or something that she had? Maybe.
Interesting.
Thanks, Sheila. He got confusion when he was reading Mom. Does that make sense to you?
Also, the month of September being highlighted. The month of September.
Yes, dementia, Alzheimer's.
Yep. Oh, it is. Okay, some confusion around it. Also, I'm just double checking to because I feel like it's everything's personal. I'm like, okay, everything's personal.
Everything's personal.
Okay, it's okay to talk about it. I'm just getting the right words in that the repair can often come when people are in the spirit world. And so this feels like this feels like one of those opportunities that in the spirit we can deepen our relationship, and often for the better. So I'm skirting around it, but I feel there might have been some difficulty. And so in that, it feels like Mom is reaching out with the invite to be in that. And it's interesting that we were saying on the one before last about being in that conversation. I'm actually said it with a couple with the dreams as well.
Yeah.
There is that invite to it feels like heart to heart, Sheila. Like it's like I don't know the relationship, but it feels like this can be the opportunity to be heart to heart. And so because I keep looking at the card and there's like all these hearts on it. Yeah, so this can repair. And so that's I feel this one could go longer, but that's what I feel I'm getting around it. So
it's got to be hard because I would imagine our soul is in this Alzheimer's and has been in such a fog for so long, and then goes to the other side, and what happened? You know what I mean? It's like it must be very strange.
Yeah, and I feel and of course there would be. I know that you're a medium, of course, and it's like already communication. Like there's already been communication.
There's already communication. Okay. So yeah, you're dead on. It's a long story, but it was some separation and things that needed to be healed and taken care of.
Okay.
So it sounds like that you are working on those things, Sheila. That's what it sounds like. Yeah. I get patience. I get patience.
Wow.
Yeah. And I got the chills.
Yeah.
I'm going to put this in there because how do you get a reading with you, Kevin?
We have to prepare 50 questions. I love it. It's like rapid fire. I have a website. So my you book Sheila, thank you for asking that question.
Yeah,
thank
absolutely,
you.
Sheila. God bless.
Yeah.
God bless.
I have a website, www.thehealingmedium.ca, and my calendar, I open it a couple months at a time, and you can book through that. I'm like, is that a hair attached to me? If that is, that would be so embarrassing, but it's not.
There are worse things. At least you don't have asparagus in your teeth, you know?
Someone said to me the other day, they're like, it's not attached, but I can't get it off. I'm not that hairy. Anyways, I look ridiculous. Anyway, someone said, "Oh my gosh, you have a troll's hair," or no, I think they said a wizard's hair or a wizard's hair, and I'm like, "I have a what?" They're like, "Oh, you have this huge hair growing out of your forehead," and then I went like this, and they're like, "Oh no, it's actually from your hair." Anyways,
it gets worse when you get older because all of a sudden you'll see you have this big long hair coming out of your
totally. And I'm the kind of friend that you want, and I'm the hairdresser you want, because I actually noticed
them. You'll tweak it away.
Like, oh, excuse me for a minute, and they'll be like, "Oh my goodness." I'm like, "Yeah, I got you, girl."
I've got to drive up there then. I'll just have to do that.
I'll cut your hair, Alie. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I don't want to keep you too much longer because I know you've been working really hard today. So I'm gonna go ahead and put up one more here, and he's been depressed about his job. And when will you be on next, where you're answering questions and things, just so people can?
When am I on next? That's a really great question. I need my day planner.
You need your day timer.
No, I'm not even kidding you. I'm on.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I'm on Sunday. Oh. We're on Sunday on the couch. Yep.
On the couch.
Sunday morning on
with
the couch.
Debbie. With Debbie.
Debbie and Lisa and JJ. And this one is on Lisa's couch. So we kind of share that couch. It's Sunday. So Sunday, actually. And I got distracted.
Okay, no problem.
Scott.
I'm sorry. I knew that we couldn't answer everybody's questions and so.
Interesting. Okay. I see Mother Mary around you, Scott, and so I don't know if you're aware of that. So support in that unconditional, and this goes for you as well. It feels like they're taking me to the conversation that I had earlier today around being seen and allowing myself to come out, if you will, in the spiritual community. And so I don't know the work that you do full time, but I feel like I know some of the work that you do part-time. And so there does feel like more of that as one of your potentials.
It's like interesting you got Mother Mary, because look what I got. I got resurrection.
Oh, wow.
So I'm wondering if something will be resurrected that he's done before.
That's good. Well, it's interesting that you say that. I got the happiness card, and with the resurrection and that, it's like you stepping into more of your passion, and not to say that you're not good at what you're doing, because I feel like you are, but sometimes what we put in, there has to be that energetic exchange, if you will. And so this just feels like this is happening for you to shift you in another direction. And the outcome feels really good. It's like, just hang in there. And I feel like you're going to have some decisions which feel like you don't just have one option. When you step into that, like really stepping into making that change, you will have options in it. It doesn't feel singular, and that's exciting.
Wow, that sounds like good news, Scott Allen. Yeah, that sounds like good news. Totally off track, but the art behind you, can you share the artist? I'm guessing it's this picture with the birds and the
It's a great way to end. Okay, talk about unconditional love. So I'm going to give you the fast version. So I was headed up island I'm editing just because of, but it's okay. I was heading up island to visit my dad it's interesting that Father's Day is coming up, and was going to have a powerful conversation with him. And I was praying. I just wanted to have the right words. There was family dynamic that was there in all of our space. And so I just really wanted to be clear and just really be more in the space of listening than all of that. Anyways, I'm driving. It's about a 2.5 hour drive to where he was. And my attention, as I just went to turn off to where maybe 10 minutes further he was, and my attention was in the opposite direction, so much that I was like, I almost missed the turnoff, and I was aware of something. I did the turnoff. I went and I had a great conversation with my dad, finished that, left, waved goodbye. And then as I was coming back up the hill to take the main highway, again, I was taken across the road, and I did something really stupid. The light was changing. And so I gunned it, and instead of turning, because I was in the turning lane, I went straight and pulled off on the side of the road. And I was like, what am I doing? And I look, and there's a white raven sitting on the road. And so I got a picture of this white raven, to which I have a mural in my house, and it's of the birch tree. And I've always been obsessed with birch trees. I see the eyes and the spirit in it. And I had shown my client the picture of the mural. The following day, the same client, I don't know how many months later, was in my chair. And I happened, for some reason, to show her the picture of the white raven. While she was inspired, she's a watercolor artist. And so it's probably, I think it's 4 feet by 4 feet. It's the first painting, and this one represents my dad. There's 4 more in this collection. She's working on number 2 and 3 at the same time. So I'm not going to tell what animals those are, because each represents a family member. But it's so interesting that you asked that on the heels of Father's Day. So
that's a beautiful share. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Lily. Thank you, Lily Day, for asking the question. What a beautiful story.
Yeah.
And how kind of that person to took the picture and made that out of it.
So beautiful.
Wow. I got goosebumps. I've had a really wonderful time. Thank you. Thank you so much, dear. Thank you for bringing in James Lipton and also making him happy this evening as well. I'm sorry we couldn't answer everybody, but I sure do love you. And Scott Allen says, when you were as you were answering her question, he saw 1111 on the clock.
Wow.
I know. Yeah, we've had a lot of these things today, haven't we, this evening? That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Kevin.
We're so loved. And we're like, when we get to be in this share and this community, I mean, my goodness, so powerful. Alie, thank you so much. Next time on my channel, you got to be.
Please. Yes, I'd love it. I would. Thank you, dear.
Always.
Bye, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend.